await the opening face-off with Ken Dryden to our left in the nets for Montreal. Roger Crozier playing in goal for Buffalo. Danny, here we go.
And Dick, the loss of Robert has to hurt Buffalo offensively. Now Lemaire firing it into Buffalo territory. There is the hero of the first game. Gare over to Luce. He runs into Robinson. Gare boarded by Lambert. And now Lemaire. You notice there Lambert and Gare getting sticks up at each other. Now Tremblay clears it to the right side. Over on the other wing it goes for Buffalo's Gare. And he takes the long shot into Dryden. Savard poked it ahead up and by Luce. And Savard recovers for Montreal. Ahead to Tremblay, winding up for the shot. He's away wide. Now Korab clears it up. Here's Luce into the center ice area. Ramsey just cleared it in delicately on the left side. And Robinson starting out. Now Robinson ahead to Risebrough. He lost it. And Gare is back at the Buffalo line. Over to Ramsey on the right side. Luce coming in and Robinson to Lambert. Over to Tremblay on the right wing at center. And they're checking rather closely in the opening minute of this first period of the second game. Now the teams are making changes while the play goes on. It's Stanfield playing out there with Carroll and Richard Martin. There's Martin on the left side. He's coming in and Savard knocked it away at the last split second. Gainey clearing it down the ice. Goes wide of the goal and it is icing against Montreal.
There's Larry Carrier, Montrealer, ex of Loyola College, and a draft pick a couple of years ago of the Sabres, who are playing without Robert. We'll just review that situation for you because it is a big one, of course. He reported sick this morning, suffering from the flu, did not skate, worked out in the warm-up, and decided he couldn't make it go.
Now Martin shoots it, and Lapointe got in front of it. Here's Lafleur starting down on the right wing, and a penalty coming up. High sticking will be the charge. It was high sticking, all right. The referee put his arm into the air, but that was to indicate a stick above the shoulder making contact with the puck. So there's no penalty in the face-off to the left of Dryden. Buffalo, everybody up for the draw. And we're going to have them chased it as often in this game tonight as we had on Sunday. Now Canadians, Lemaire into the center ice area, drills the shot. And it went off Gaberman over the glass in behind Crozier.
Canadians in their practice yesterday, they had a scrimmage session for about a half hour, and Scotty Bowman had his lines mixed up all the way through. He says he wanted to try some new combinations. He has Lemaire centering Lafleur and Gainey right here against Perreault, Martin, and Fred Stanfield, who's taken over from the ailing René Robert.
Now Gainey back to Savard on the right side. Savard trying to follow in, and Perreault has it. He's being watched carefully. He's bodied by Gainey. Now Gaberman. The Carrier up on the left side for Perreault. Gainey right on top of him again. Gainey to Lafleur. Down to the Buffalo line, working in on the left side, and dumped it into the corner. There's Martin running into Lemaire. Martin went down. Carrier playing it up. Robinson in for Lafleur. He's swung it back toward the corner. Now Gaberman. Ahead it goes to Martin trying to get in front to Gaberman. His shot is very weak. And it rolled into Dryden, and he held on.
Well, Kenny Dryden did not enjoy a very happy afternoon here on Sunday. None of the Canadians did, of course. And on this last play, it was Gaberman who let the shot go. Not that much of a shot after Robinson had got a piece of Martin. Gaberman followed in on the play, and Dryden covered up on the play in the goal crease area. That's the first shot of the game.
Another big game on tap tonight. The Islanders in Philadelphia. Nothing to report as yet. Back to Sean Fell. Kicked back to the line by Dryden. Here's Mahovlich coming in over the line. He's going right into the goal. And it's knocked away finally with Cournoyer. He was feeding in there on the left side. Schoenfeld playing it up on the wing. There's a shot wide by Jim Roberts. Lorentz clearing it out. Roberts beating it ahead. And Cournoyer couldn't negotiate contact on that. And it is icing against Montreal.
We have another warm-up situation to report. We had Robert trying it here and feeling ill and quitting. We have a report that Bernie Perron of the Flyers was injured in the pregame warm-up at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. No further details on that one.
Now McNabb on the draw. Roberts starting out into the center ice area. Cournoyer dashing in. Crozier clearing it up on the left side. Now it's at the line. Schutt keeping it in. Fires the shot. Schoenfeld got in front of it, and it came out over the line. There's Schoenfeld for Buffalo. Inside the line. Up on the wing to Spencer. And he hit Cournoyer with it. Cournoyer cleared it. It was away ahead of Schutt. Now then Spencer ran into Cournoyer. It's scooped in by McNabb of Buffalo. He's watching Don Orey. Here's Orey coming out with Schutt and Peter Mahovlich. Schutt has it. Tremblay moves up to go to the corner, and Crozier knocked it away. Buffalo coming out with McNabb. He's down to the line, over the line. Height is getting in front. They send it right in front of the net, and it goes to the wing. Risebrough digging back for Montreal, fakes the shot, trying to get through there. Gavremont knocked it away. Tremblay, a weak backhand shot. Gavremont into the corner for Ramsey. He's bodied by Lambert. Now Lorentz shoving on the board against Bouchard, and the play is stopped.
Canadians using Bouchard. He did not get on the ice on Sunday's game. Jimmy Roberts has also played defense here so far early in this first period. So it would appear as though Coach Bowman is going back to the sixth defenseman routine.
Face off to the right of Crozier. Now Risebrough around the net, getting it back. The point takes the shot, and it's blocked. Here's Luce breaking away. Luce coming in on the left side. They take another shot, and Dryden dropped Danny Gare on the rebound. Two big saves there of gigantic proportions by Dryden.
Danny, you mentioned on Sunday about the anticipation of this fellow Don Luce. He made a perfect play right there at his own line. Got the shot away. He wasn't perhaps as close as he wanted to be. There's the rebound, and Dryden made, I think, actually a better stop off Danny Gare. And as he hung tough and then covered up on the rebound, the second rebound. That Luce supposed to be a defensive player. He scored something like 59 goals his last 2 years. And 33 this year.
Cournoyer moved prematurely, and that's the reason why the whistle sounded. And the face-off, Luce got it right onto the target, but Dryden was there. Cournoyer jumped. There's the shot by Gare. Back at the line. Gavremont over to Height. His shot is wide. There's Gavremont going in, and Sather chopped it down the ice. Richard after it. He beat his man Height to it. No icing. Cleared up on the right side. Down the ice it goes, and there's Dryden clearing it over on the right wing. Ramsey fanned on the shot. It's the point. Having difficulty. Back passing it to Richard over the line. Sather took it, and it's called to the offside. Buffalo at this stage out shooting Montreal 4-0. And there's an indication that the Flyers have scored against the Islanders. 1-0 in the first period for Philadelphia. No score here at the auditorium in Buffalo to the right side. Stansfield going after it. Gets it back to Schoenfeld. And the play is stopped.
Danny, we mentioned that Bernie Perron was injured. I can tell you Wayne Stevenson's playing goal because he assisted on the first goal of the game. It was Don Selesky from Stevenson and Ted Harris. And the Flyers into a 1-0 lead over the Islanders. Well, there's Freddie Stanfield, who, as Danny pointed out, has the job of playing on the right side with Perron and Martin.
Gainey a backhander. It's wide. Stanfield after Gainey in the corner. Korab going in there too. Lemaire trying to get it loose. It hops loose to Gainey. Now Perreault swings it to the left side. Martin couldn't get it away from Savard. Johnfeld over to Korab. Martin got away from Lafleur at center. He's in over the line. Spun around by Lafleur. The referee's arm is up this time, Dick, and it's definitely a penalty to Lafleur at Montreal for hooking, I should imagine.
Well, Lafleur and Rick Martin, any bet, Stanley, that they won't be the two wingers on the first team All-Star team when it's announced after the playoffs? Hooking the call, I would imagine, on Guy Lafleur as he hauls down Richard Martin. So the first power play opportunity of the night falls to the Sabres.
And the tough question, who will be the center on that line?
Take your pick. Espo or Gilbert? Gilbert Perreault. I think Esposito will get it.
Well, Buffalo, on the power play, they have Perreault, Stanfield, Martin, Gavremont, and Korab. There's Martin in on the left side, winds up off the point stick over the glass. Dick, it's a good thing neither one of us suffers from claustrophobia. This is the highest broadcast perch in the entire NHL. What is it, 100 feet?
I didn't count it, Danny. I didn't measure it.
I'm assuming you do not suffer from it. You're showing no ill effects, Dick.
The escalators save me. You take the stairs. I take the escalators.
That's one taking the high road and one taking the low road. 1 minute and 46 seconds left in the penalty. Now it's back to Korab. Korab got it in behind the net. Dryden for Savard. Perreault's going to keep it in. A back pass goes to Gavremont. He shoots it. And he hits Stanfield with it. There's Don Orey fighting furiously. He couldn't get it. Perreault, good move to get away from Savard. Over on this side to Korab. And Dryden cleared it to Roberts on the right side. Dryden very alert on that maneuver. Now a minute and 12 seconds left in the Lafleur penalty. Here comes Perreault starting out over the line with Stanfield and Martin. Perreault, good moves. In over the line. Perreault trying to get it in front. Here's Perreault again, and he missed it. Comes to the side of the net. Roberts turning to shake off Stanfield. Perreault dropping it back, intercepted by Lapointe. Now it's Gavremont up on the wing. It goes to Stanfield. Stanfield at the line with Perreault. He couldn't get by Savard, who rolled it back into Buffalo territory. Scotty Bowman making a change. Lemaire is on the ice. Savard comes off. Here's Stanfield at center, shooting it off to the corner. Martin racing in, and it goes to the other side. Lemaire ahead with Sather. Lemaire turning on the wing. Don Orey over on this side to Lapointe. He hit McNabb with it. Now Lorentz coming in on the right wing. Don Orey takes over for Montreal and clears it to center. And Lafleur is out of the penalty box. Korab shot away wide. Here's McNabb centering it. And it almost went in off Lafleur. Dryden had to be quick. Now they try to center it. The point ahead to Sather. He can't clear it out. McNabb back into the corner to Lorentz. He centered it. Here's McNabb trying to get in front. Hyde takes a shot. Right on. Free shot. A scramble in front of the net. And they hold it out. That shot got through, Dick.
There's no score with 11:24 left in the first period. The big story of the game to this point has been the work of Ken Dryden in the Montreal Nets. Canadians have been outshot 8-0. And Dryden has made some excellent stops. That last scramble, McNabb having a pretty good chance on that deflection. Danny, once again, the Sabres, as they did so often Sunday, beating the Canadians to the puck, taking it away from them in their own zone, or at least preventing them from clearing it.
There's a shot from McNabb, and he didn't miss by much of the open side. Spencer behind the net, bumped by Bouchard. Bouchard the shot, and he cleared it out. No score in the first period. 11-11 remaining. Height shoots it in on the left wing. There's Bouchard with it. Sabres again forechecking. Shutt going after a wink-wide pass. Carrier to the boards. Lawrence giving it off to Height. He played it up on the left side, and Spencer couldn't get it. Bouchard touches it, and that is icing against the Sabres.
We have a report from Philadelphia on the Bernie Parent situation. He was hit just below the knee by a puck during the warm-up. He has gone to hospital for X-ray examination of his knee. The score is 1-0 in the first period, with Selesky scoring the goal for Philadelphia. But Bernie Parent has been injured, and he is gone for the night, apparently.
Montreal Canadiens looking for their first shot on goal. They have the face-off now to their advantage to the left of Crozier as we take a look at the Buffalo bench. Risebrough against Luce. And the face-off back to the point to Roberts. In off the boards, near the boards, and Sean fell to Ramsey. And he cleared it to center. Roberts pumped it back in. On the move is Risebrough after Ramsey. They go to the corner. Gare in there to help out, and he hands it off to Luce. Luce coming up. Back to Gare on the right side. Gare shoots it off the glass. He's covered by Don Orey. Now the Sabres, Ramsey. Ramsey into the corner. Gives it to Luce. Luce back to Ramsey. Ramsey turning, getting set. Gives it to Luce. His pass high into the air. And the Canadiens with Lambert and Tremblay. Lambert off the boards, going in against Schoenfeld. And Korak cleared it. Tremblay's shot hit Ramsey. Schoenfeld tying up Lambert in the corner. Face off to the right of Crozier. Risebrough against Luce. Gabremont laying it to the corner. Out it comes to Luce. He comes to center with Ramsey and Gare. Off a stick to the other side. Corralled outside the line. Offside. Against the Sabres. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first period.
Well, there is Danny Gare, the hero of the piece on Sunday afternoon. A lot of people said justice triumphed because it was Gare's stick that deflected Lemaire's tying goal into the net in that last minute of play, and he got the winner in overtime.
And Gare, the native of Nelson, B.C., tremendously popular here in Buffalo. I think he has the biggest fan club among the players. Now there's Gare. He waited too long. He was waiting for Luce to get onside, and Lambert took it, gave it to Bouchard. That's broken up by Ramsey. Here's Gare dashing into the corner against Bouchard. In there goes Risebrough. He missed it the first time. Bouchard and Risebrough. He's shot by Gare. They get a hold of each other. Fairly good right hands from close quarters, Dick.
Those Montreal rookies, Tremblay and Risebrough, have been involved in the two fights. That time it was Risebrough jumping the Buffalo rookie, Danny Gare. Two helmeted youngsters, and all of this comes with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this scoreless first period. Here's how it all began along the boards to the left of Dryden in the Montreal zone. Gare is 18. Risebrough is 8. It starts with an elbow from Risebrough to Gare. A push back from Gare, and away they go. Now, while this is going on, and we're showing you the replay, there is a little bit more of pushing and shoving going on as we return to the live action down in the Canadian zone. And Danny, I was watching the monitor, but I think it looks like Luce, and is it Lambert?
It was Luce and Bouchard. They had a hold of each other. No damage inflicted. Certainly no damage discernible from this distance.
The Canadians are getting the damage on the penalty board. Risebrough is getting 2 minors, and Gare is getting 1. So Risebrough gets a double minor for fighting. Gare gets a 2-minute penalty. So there you see it at the bottom of your screen. 4 minutes, the Canadians assist, and 2 minutes, the number 18 Gare of the Sabres. For those of you who have just joined us and may have noticed that the French connection was without René Robert, he is ill. He is suffering from the flu. He tried it in the pregame warm-up, did not feel well at all, and was a late scratch from the Buffalo lineup. Just to show you what that means to the Sabres, in the last 15 games between these two teams, going back to last season, René Robert has scored 14 goals against Montreal.
Face-off inside the Canadiens' line. Height has it, feeds it in front off the board. Ramsey. Here's Ramsey giving it to Height. They score! Loose!
The folks here in Buffalo are not booing. They're just saying loose, loose. And Don Luce has given the Sabres a 1-0 lead as the Canadiens are beaten on a face-off in their own zone. The shot from Height is stopped by Dryden, but Luce is all alone in front. Look at that. Dryden down. Luce does a good job of hoisting it the only place he could. He put it up high with Dryden flat on the ice, and the Sabres have taken a 1-0 lead. So Don Luce, number 20, scores the first goal of this game, his second of the playoffs. 1-0 Buffalo.
Lemaire getting it back to Lafleur. Here is the announcement on the goal. Don Luce, who has been a rather active man in this first period. Lafleur down on the right side, trying to get by Schoenfeld. They slide into the net. Height and Ramsey getting the assist on the goal by Luce. Ramsey feeding it to the corner. Luce bumping in there with Robinson. Lemaire comes up with it. Ahead to Lafleur. Lafleur down with Savard. Over to Savard, trying to get in front. Still with it. To Lafleur. He shoots it. And it was blocked by Schoenfeld. Ahead to Luce. He's flattened by Robinson. Now it's Savard in over the line. Giving it to Lemaire. Lemaire, a neat pass to Sabres, takes the shot off Schoenfeld. Now it goes to Lemaire. Lemaire getting set. Still has it, loses it. Robinson over on this side to Lafleur. It's intercepted. And Luce clears it up on the right side. Ramsey. Robinson got a piece of hit. Here's Lemaire with that in head deep. Lemaire again into the center ice area. The long, deep shot. Throws here to Martin. Buffalo leading 1-0. Here's Bob Beatty making a move. The point line up for the shot. Carrier cleared it to his center. Down the ice it goes. Don Orey after it and is racing against Buffalo.
Buffalo goal was scored at the 17:20 mark. Luce from Height and Ramsey. And there it is. 1:05 left right now. 1-0. The Sabres leading. Gare has 15 seconds remaining on his minor penalty. Risebrough will be in there for 2:15. Or less.
The Havlich against Hero. Canadians with the point. Morey playing up into the corner. Here he is. 1 minute left in the first period. 1-0 Buffalo. Martin into the center ice area. Still with it. Martin across the line. Rips the shot, but tried to have that one taped all the way. The point clearing it off the board. Down the ice it goes. Canadians are now short-handed. Risebrough working on his second minor. He has 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Now then, Gabriel leading the power play. Up it goes to Gare into Perro. Here's Perro. Hell still with it, trying to center it. Laid it behind the net. Martin has it, trying to get it in front. And here's Gainey coming out at center for Montreal. Losing it to Martin. Martin coming in over the line. Martin getting set. He fired and a hot shot. Juggled and held by Dryden. Canadians clear it down the ice. That's going to be the end of the period. 2 seconds. There's the shot by Korab, and the period ends.
Sabres lead 1-0. Shots on goal in the first period by Montreal 5 and by the Sabres 14. From the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo, the Stanley Cup playoffs. I have just been told that the Flyers have now upped their lead to 2-0. They are in the second period. Bill Barber, the second goal getter for Philadelphia.
And the second period underway on the power play. Buffalo, they're starting out led by Perreault. He's down to the line. Whistles a low shot wide. Stanfield slapped on it. Gabriel's shot. He's wide. And it's off the boards down the ice with Korab after it. We have Gabriel, Korab, Perreault, Martin, and Stanfield on the power play for Buffalo. Savard, Roberts, LaPointe, and Ory defending for the Canadians. Martin slapping it in. Dryden cleared it back to Roberts. He's bumped by Stanfield. Now here's Martin taking Korab's pass right in front. Perreault tried to deflect it in. With Dryden getting over to the short side. Perreault centered it. Now it's back to the point. Korab. And it hits Savard. Finally, it ends up in behind the Buffalo players' bench.
That goal in Philadelphia, Barber from Schultz and McLeish at 2:39. 2-0 Flyers over the Islanders in the second period.
"14 seconds remaining in the Riseborough penalty. Lemaire guarded back to Don Ory, and he shoots it to the Buffalo line. There's Korab ahead on the left side for Martin. Martin turning, now coming to the Canadiens line, trying to shake off LaPointe, who knocked him in on the boards. Now Riseborough's back on. Gavremont into Perreault. Perreault trying to center it. Stanfield cleared it to the other side. Riseborough coming out on the right wing at center. He dumped it in there wide into the corner. Here's Gainey. Gainey lost it. Keeping it in Lemaire, and he fired it away wide. Martin trying to get by Robinson, and Korab cleared it out for Perreault. He lost it. Lemaire up on the left side. Gainey over the line, and he whistled a shot high. Now Gainey going after it again. Here's Stanfield. Savard at the point stops it. There's the shot doing the split with Crozier. Martin at the line, cleared it out, stopped by Lemaire. He spun around, carries on, and a penalty coming up. There's a shot across the goal mouth. Dryden is out of the net. Back to Savard. There's the shot. He fired it wide. 6 attackers for Montreal. Another shot by Robinson. And finally, they stop the play. I think it's going to be Martin going off.
The 17:46 remaining in the second period. The score, the Buffalo Sabres 1, the Montreal Canadiens 0. Buffalo's high-scoring left winger, Richard Martinez, in the penalty box at the 2:14 mark here in the second period. He was called on this play as he dumped Jacques Lemaire. Lemaire had made a good move to get inside that Buffalo line. The Canadians came close standing with Dryden out. Mahovlich was the extra attacker.
Now there's Lafleur at the right point. Dumps it into the corner. Cournoyer missed it. Height clearing it for Luce. Luce gets an opening and shoots it down the ice. The power play alignment for the Canadians: Peter, Mahovlich, Lafleur, Lambert, Lapointe, and Cournoyer. Ramsey and Luce up front for Buffalo. Schoenfeld on defense with Height. Now Lapointe clearing it into the corner. Crozier knocked it away from Mahovlich. It goes high into the air off Height's stick, and then it hit somebody else, went over the glass, and the face-off of the outside the line.
And a happy souvenir grabber. Ivan Cournoyer holds a very noticeable, a very distinguished NHL playoff record. Get your pencils and papers ready, because we have a Stanley Cup playoff quiz coming up for you. The second intermission.
Now Height. He hit linesman Finn with it. Luce takes a long, weak shot, and it's Lapointe behind the net. Buffalo leading 1-0 into the second period. We have played now 3 minutes. Cournoyer driving up on the left side. Knocked away by Luce. Lapointe waiting for Cournoyer to get onside. Gives it to Lafleur. Back to Lapointe. Lapointe is stopped by Luce. What a penalty killer he is. And he cleared it back into Canadian territory. Now Lafleur to Cournoyer. Intercepted by Ramsey. Ramsey chasing it over on this side. It's at the line. Lambert back to Lapointe, over to Lafleur. Lafleur dumped it ahead, and Schoenfeld shoots it down the ice. Buffalo making a change or two. They have Lorentz and Spencer on. Here come the Canadians. Peter Mahovlich over the line, takes the shot. Lambert's sharp angle through the crease. Cleared out over the line by Laurent. 18 seconds left in the penalty, and the Canadians back into their own zone to regroup. Here's Lafleur in on the right side. Lafleur dropping it back. Cournoyer missed it. Korab upended by Mahovlich. He's going off.
Pete Mahovlich, who came very close to scoring on the Montreal power play, now goes to the penalty box. 4 seconds remain in the penalty to Buffalo's Martin, with Mahovlich now in there. And this is why, as he hauled down Jerry Korab, who was moving out of his own zone. So the Sabres, in 4 seconds worth of time, will be the team enjoying the man advantage. .410, the time of the hooking penalty to Peter Mahovlich.
And there you get a good look at John D'Amico. In the other linesman, the referee, Ron Wicks. Teams playing 5 aside. Now Martin is back on Buffalo with the advantage. There on the power play, and there's Carroll coming down. A great move, another great move. Carroll going in, is called on the offside. And he is a scintillatingly exciting hockey player, number 11. Harrell, Stanfield, Martin, Gavremont, and Korab on the power play for Buffalo. Savard, Ori, Robinson, and Roberts. Out there for the Montreal Canadiens. Savard over to talk to Scotty Bowman. 1 minute and 47 seconds left in the Mahovlich penalty. Now Korab shooting it into Canadian territory. There's Robinson slashing it down the ice. Korab back. 4 checking Savard. Now 3 Sabres start out. 4 of them, 5 of them come to center. Martin going after it, going in on that left side. And Savard shoots it down the ice again. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the penalty to Mahovlich. Now here's Harrell gathering speed down fast at center. Harrell over the line. He dropped it back. Gavremont shooting it in there for Martin. Martin back. Korab around the net to the corner to the other side. Harrell gives it to Gavremont. Back in it goes to Stanfield. Over to Korab. He shoots it. Roberts got his stick on it. Now Perreault playing it back to the point. Korab, another shot. It's ricocheted off Robinson. And Dryden was there. It came off Robinson, that shot.
Danny, this all started with that rush by Perreault. If they had a contest, they had one many years ago, the fastest man with the puck. How about Perreault as the choice? Here's that shot. Perreault fed the puck around on the boards, and there is the ricochet. And luckily for Dryden, toward him off Robinson, number 19, and the Canadians goaltender covered up.
Is Perreault faster than Mosienko?
Well, there you go. Billy Mosienko won the contest many years ago. Is he faster than anybody right now when he gets wound up? Oof.
Well, I suppose today Perreault was faster than Mosienko. There's Martin shooting it! And Ori in front of the net. Here's Stanfield. His pass gobbled up by Lemaire, and he shot it wickedly down toward the corner. 33 seconds left in the penalty. Korab to Gavremont. Buffalo leading 1-0 in the second period off the boards. The Canadians will get it. The point ahead to Sather. Sather ragging the puck back into his own zone. Now Don Ori ahead to Lemaire. Lemaire, one man back. Lemaire over the line. A hard shot. He was erratic with it again. Canadian shot on occasion have been very erratic. Now it's Lemaire knifing it back into Don Ori. Ori looks, clears it to center. Here's Korab on the move. The penalty is over. Stanfield had failed to get out of the Canadian zone, and that is an offside.
This game is coming to you from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo.
Face-off outside the Canadians' blue line. 13:45 left in the second period. In the second period in Philadelphia, the Flyers 2, the Islanders no score. Here's Schutt working his way in there. He's hauled down. Height for holding number 24.
Well, Big Bill Height and Larry Carriere both had a crack at Steve Shutt. And it's going to be Height who goes to the penalty box. So, penalties playing a part here in this period so far, with the Canadians killing one as the period began. The carryover, and then it was Rick Martin, then Pete Mahovlich, and now it's Bill Height for this tackle on Shutt as they battle their way down in the Buffalo zone.
6 minutes and 22 seconds, the time of the holding penalty against Height. And we have Mahovlich, Lafleur, Shutt, LaPointe, and Lemaire on the power play. Luce and Ramsey, the penalty killers, Schoenfeld and Korab on defense, and it's cleared down the ice by Ramsey. Now the Canadians. LaPointe passed it to Lemaire. Ramsey lost his stick. He's out of the play. Goes to the bench to get a new one. Now Shutt's pass intercepted. Mahovlich blocked it. There's the shot by Mahovlich. Rozier on his knees, making the save. That is his 8th save. Dryden has been peppered with 16 shots.
Not much in the way of shots in this period so far. The Canadians now have had 3 to the Sabres 2. A change with Lambert taking over from Shutt on the left side on this power play. Danny Luce and Ramsey scored 15 of the Sabres' league-leading total of 17 shorthand goals this past season.
Luce against Mahovlich. Here's Lemaire, a shot. It goes off Korab. Korab winds it off the boards. LaPointe keeping it in. Over the other side, bouncing into the corner. Lafleur. Now it's Luce. Fails to clear it out. Lemaire backhands it in. Rozier to the other side. Now Peter Mahovlich comes up with it. He fakes the shot. He gets it back to Lemaire. There it is on his block. And Schoenfeld sprawling. Got it out to Luce. Back to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld winds up to the shot, and Dryden kicked it to the corner. Luce over to Ramsey. Ramsey against Lafleur. Ramsey would like to get a whistle there, but the Canadians start out. Lafleur to center, down to the line. He fakes the shot. Lafleur still with it. Good moving. Back there, he cleared it in. Mahovlich missed it. Off boards, and Luce doubles it down the ice again. And the Buffalo supporters giving particularly Luce and Ramsey a big hand for their defensive effort. Here's Cournoyer in the corner. Korab is there. Ahead to Stanfield. Stanfield having difficulty picking it up. Now he gets it out over the line, and there are 15 seconds left in the penalty to Height. Cournoyer coming ahead. It went off Stanfield. Here's Rysrod. He knocked Lorentz down. Gainey working the corner. Shoots it to the side. Now it's loose in front of the net. Height was back on the ice. He almost got a break there. Dryden holding on to the puck against Height, and the face-off will be in the Canadian zone.
Kenny Dryden was in that should I or shouldn't I situation. When he grabbed the puck, he came out of his net quite a distance. Now here it comes here. Dryden out. Height and Robinson there. Now what do I do with it, says Ken? Do I drop it? Oh, yes. Oh, no. Yes. No. No, I guess I'll hang on. And that's when the whistle went. Here we go again. You call that a new dance, a new skating style?
Richard is back in action. He is at center against McNabb. Sather mixing it up with Lorentz, who feeds it back into the corner for Buffalo. There's Savard going to the right side, ahead to Richard, and he just failed to come up with it. The Sabres leading here, 1-0 in the second period. Savard over to Robinson. He shoots it to the corner. Rozier around the net. Richard centered it. And McNabb was there to clear it, and he cleared it now down on the left side. Striding back is Savard. Checking number 21, Spencer. Now Lorentz almost got it there. It went back to the defense. Richard coming down in over the Buffalo line, working his way into the corner. He centered it, and Spencer gobbles it up for Buffalo. Now Sather keeping it in. And Carrier cleared it off the boards. That will be icing in all probability with Sabres back there.
This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo.
Schoenfeld in behind Crozier to the right side. And it went by Lorentz and Ori. And Lafleur back in his own zone, cleared it out. Buffalo 1, Montreal no score. Schoenfeld feeding it in. Spencer is on the move. He's after Roberts. Now, McNabb to Lorentz. Look at front. The light went on. They scored!
From here, we're not sure if they scored the first time, Danny, but they certainly scored the second time with Spencer. Lorentz had that big chance when the Canadians, as they did on the goal by Luce, left the front of the net completely unguarded. Now, the light went on, but you'll see the puck come right back. Dryden down and out, and Spencer has nothing but a wide-open net to backhand it home over Dryden. Again, and it was Lorentz with the first play, and as the puck came back out, Brian Spencer whips it home high. And on a play which caught the Canadians napping around Dryden, the Sabres open up a 2-0 lead. The goal at 9:53 here in the second period.
Dick, that light definitely went on the Lorentz shot. And there was no question when Spencer fired it home. So Buffalo leading Montreal 2-0. 10:07 left in the second period. Now on the left wing, Gainey into Buffalo territory. Gainey around the net, right in front. Schoenfeld was there. And let's see. High sticking, the charge coming up here on a penalty to be assessed against Korab, I believe.
Korab gets the penalty at 9:57. Penalties have played quite a part in this period in really slowing it down somewhat because the penalty killers in both clubs have played well. But now Korab in the penalty box again, and the Canadians find themselves down by 2. Danny, a lot of people thought that with Crozier in there, the Canadians would really start firing that puck right from the opening whistle. They have not had a chance to. And they really haven't had very much at all in the way of decent scoring opportunities. They're giving the goal to Lorentz, Danny.
So that Lorentz shot went in, and the goal judge was right there. He put the light on. So credit the goal on the first shot and not the Spencer.
Fourth of the playoffs, scored by number 8, Jim Lorentz.
Lorentz gets it. Schoenfeld cleared it to the line off the Hobbs.
Number 21, Brian Spencer.
Lorentz from McNabb and Spencer. Now the Canadians trying to get their power play into effective operation. They fire it in there, and they race after it. Along the boards, Peter Mahovlich passing it back. Here's Lafleur giving it to Lapointe. Back in for Mahovlich. It's blocked. Now it's back in the corner. Lafleur to Mahovlich again. He sent it right in front. He's up there going in. He fired it. And a splendid save by Crozier. Now behind the net, into the corner. Lambert to Peter Mahovlich. He looks for it. Height is trying to tie him up. Lafleur has it. Lafleur getting set for a pass. It goes to Lemaire. Back to Lafleur again over the other side. Lapointe making a shot, working his way in, giving it to Mahovlich. He shoots. They score! Did Lambert get his stick on it? And the Canadians have scored to make it 2-1.
First time tonight the Canadians have had anything sustained going inside the Buffalo line, and it was Pete Mahovlich slipping the puck across to Yvon Lambert. But a good job by Guy Lapointe. Don Luce without a stick, hanging on to Lapointe. Lapointe doesn't quite shake him. Luce is there. Well, I guess he did shake him. And here's Mahovlich now across the goal crease to Yvon Lambert. And Lambert tips it in behind Crozier, who had no chance at all. A power play goal. 2-1. Sabres lead. Mahovlich and Lapointe assisting.
And LaPointe. The time 11:22.
Buffalo 2, Montreal 1. The Sabres, Martin shooting it in. Now Richard giving it to Robinson up on the left side to Gainey. Gainey coming up with Roberts. They shoot it in. Defenseman Robinson in there. Back to Gainey. He winds up a shot blocked by Crozier. Here's Roberts in the corner centering it. Richard has it on the other side. Back to Robinson. They shovel it into the crease, and Crozier is down. Roberts shoveled it into the crease, and Crozier was there to smother it.
11:22, the time of that goal. Lambert from Mahovlich and LaPointe, who draws his first assist of the playoffs. Roberts with the shot across the goal crease area. And when it came back in, after the shot from Richard, Roberts and Carrier started to shove just a little bit. The pass from Richard, the shot from Robinson, rather. And there is Crozier. Danny's made some pretty good stops of late.
8 minutes and 6 seconds left in this, the second period. The next game Thursday in Montreal, and then the fourth Saturday. And it'll be a noisy place, Montreal, Saturday night. A strong contingent of Buffalo fans going to Montreal for that one. These are tremendous hockey fans here in Buffalo.
Danny, this is Sabre country right now. You know, they've got a lot of good sports heroes in this area. They've got the Juice, O.J. Simpson in football, Bob McAdoo, big scorer in the NBA. But right now, all you see and hear and read about the Buffalo Sabres. Signs in the store windows, works.
With football, basketball, and hockey so successful, why not Major League Baseball? Now it's back to Don Ory. His shot blocked by Lorentz ahead of goal. Here's Spencer in on the right side. Spencer cutting, jammed into the play by Ory. Roberts the shot. Ahead to Mahovlich to Cournoyer. Cournoyer on the left side, the shot. Crozier comes up with another enormous save. Here's McNabb. McNabb around the net. Don Ory failed to keep it in. Buffalo leading Montreal 2-1. Now Mahovlich working down to the line. Stick handling the shot. A low drive wide. Schoenfeld taken into the boards by Mahovlich. From the face-off, Gare goes to the right wing, and he clears it into Montreal territory. LaPointe playing it on the right side. Tremblay couldn't get it. Schoenfeld knocked it ahead. Bouchard to Lambert, and he shoots it in. Along the left wing from the corner now. Tremblay bumped by Schoenfeld. They jam in on the boards, and the play is stopped. Scoring in this hockey game for Buffalo, Luce and Lorentz. And Lambert for Montreal. Risebrough at center against Luce. Luce got the draw to Schoenfeld. He twists and turns in the corner, plays it to the left side. Ramsey was bumped by LaPointe and fed back in. There's Korab clearing it to center. LaPointe ahead to Lambert, over for Risebrough, and it's called on the offside.
Well, Doug Risebrough got involved in a hassle in this game, which, of course, is not new for the rookie who set an all-time Canadian single-season team penalty mark. Dugout of Kitchener, very much unheralded when the training camp began, but as soon as it began, you could tell that he was for real, and, of course, he won a spot with the club after just a very brief time down in Nova Scotia.
And now it is Richard with Sather and Roberts. Buffalo clearing it over the line. LaPointe knocked it to center. Korab feeds it back in. Here, Ramsey and Luce moved in on the Canadians, and LaPointe from behind the net works on the right wing out to Roberts. He gets tied up. Now Roberts over on the other side. Here's Buffalo bringing it back in. Ramsey. His pass is stopped by Bouchard. Now it's Ramsey again. In it goes to Gare. Quick shot offside and high into the air. And Gare taken into the boards by Richard and Roberts. That was a quick shot by Gare. Buffalo keeping it back in. In there goes Luce. He sends it right in front. There's another shot. They score!
Craig Ramsey, who had lost his helmet on the play, scores the goal. The Canadians could not get the puck out. The Sabres kept on top of them. The rebound comes up. You'll see Ramsey come in from the top of your screen. What a shot that was. He fired it back the opposite direction, and he got it up high with Dryden again on the ice. And at 1:27 here in the third period, the Sabres, who, Danny, had been set back in the second period as the Canadians began to take over, have now opened the gap again to 2 as they lead it 3-1 with that goal early here in the third, and that could be a very large goal.
So it is Buffalo 3, Montreal 1 in the third period. Savard slammed it on the board. Schoenfeld returned it. Savard over to Lafleur. Lafleur over the line, winds up the shot off Schoenfeld's leg. Now Korath clearing it ahead to Perreault. Stanfield has it over to Martin, cutting in on the left side. The shot, the rebound. Cleared back to the point. Schoenfeld shoots it. Rebound right in front. Narrow shot hit Robinson. And the Sabres furiously attacking here in the early stages of the third period. Korath knifes it into the corner. Robinson in there for Montreal. Perreault after him. Here's Robinson starting out. He has Gainey with him and Lemaire. Broken up by Martin, who cleared it back over the line. Now then Robinson for Montreal. Ahead it goes. Gainey at the line. Gives it off to Robinson. Martin shot it through center down the ice, and Gainey strides back for Montreal. Montreal and Buffalo making changes while the play goes on, and the Canadians with Lafleur on the right wing at center. In over the line. Cleared to the boards by Gabriel, and it's picked up by Spencer. Spencer back, lines up with a shot, and he was damaged by Lafleur. Now then McNabb. Back in it goes to Spencer. He centered it. And Lemaire starts away from Montreal with Lafleur. He dumped it into the corner and then goes to the Canadiens bench. Gabremont ahead. Now Gabremont gets it again. Cleared it in on the right side. In behind the net, Roberts played it over for Schutt. He's being watched by Lorentz. In on the board. Spencer trying to barge his way along the board. Don Orey clearing it to Roberts. Roberts spins around to get away from McNabb. Now Roberts ahead to Schutt. Schutt gives it to Cournoyer, faking the shot offside.
With 16:27 remaining in the third period, the score, the Buffalo Sabres 3, the Montreal Canadiens 1.
Scored by number 10, Craig Ramsey.
And I see that Ramsey has recovered his helmet. He wasn't worrying about the lost helmet as long as he fired that puck into the net to give Buffalo a 3-1 lead. Now Cournoyer couldn't get through. Here's McNabb in over the Montreal line to Lorentz. He's taken out of the play by Schutt. Peter Mahovlich coming down at center. Mahovlich over the line. Winds up, takes the shot, right into the goal. He tied out from that side and he lost it. And then he hit the side of the net. Great moves by Mahovlich. Mahovlich feeding it behind the net again. Canadians trying to keep it in. Mahovlich ran into Schoenfeld. It goes on the other side of Orey. Orey flipped it in. Mahovlich is caught up in the net. Now it's back. Roberts takes a shot. Here's Korath ahead, and they're going to try to disentangle Peter Mahovlich.
What a scoring chance he had when he walked in all alone, but he didn't get a shot away. And Peter, he's not hurt on that play. Here it comes. Schoenfeld had fallen. Now here's Mahovlich. Goes to the forehand and fans. Throws you out of position, and he did not get the shot on the net. As Danny mentioned, he hit the side of the net. And then as the play came back in behind, Mahovlich threw a check at Schoenfeld. Now, wait a minute here. They're calling over to the benches, and Frankie Christie, the Buffalo trainer, has come out onto the ice. And I think they're motioning that they are Pete's up. And they're motioning that they need somebody to sew up the net. Would that be Larry's boatload of knitters? No, I won't. No, I said I wasn't going to leave that
You
one.
said it, Dick. You cannot retract. And Buffalo came out accentuating offense in this period. And they got the goal, a big one. They lead by 2, 3-1. Now it's loose against Mahovlich. A shot right on the rebound to Peter Mahovlich. He couldn't get a good shot away. And then it was cleared out. It went into Crozier, but it didn't have too much on it. It was off the heel of Mahovlich's stick. Now Schoenfeld clearing it to the left side. And it goes to the Canadiens bench and then back onto the ice.
Canadiens get their first shot, and I think it was Jerry Korab who cleared it out when the rebound got in behind Crozier. Well, there's a fellow who has scored in this period, Craig Ramsey. I've just been advised that Major Conn Smythe is in attendance at the game tonight. Conn Smythe attending a game in Buffalo for the first time.
Now Korab swings it over on the left side to Schoenfeld. Shot is after Schoenfeld. Mahovlich moved in. Buffalo clearing it out. Loose coming down with Schoenfeld over the line. The defenseman Schoenfeld, number 6, got in there too quickly.
Danny, you mentioned Luce and Schoenfeld. Both of those fellows have had good games tonight. And Luce doing a lot of work on that third goal. And there is Schoenfeld talking with Ted Darling today, our former Hockey Night in Canada Montreal host, who is the voice of the Sabres. I said, what player would you say in your club could be classed the leader? And after not too much hesitation, Ted said Schoenfeld. 22, the youngest captain in the NHL.
And he is a rock singer. Quite a fair number of albums. Now Bouchard shooting it into the corner. Buffalo clearing it back out. The point for Tremblay, swept in by Ramsey, and Luce was stranded in the Canadian zone. 14:56 remaining. It would appear now with the 2-goal lead that Buffalo is going to do that forechecking, try to stay up on top of the Canadians.
They're playing 2 men short, as it were. Michel Dizziel and Maurice Titanic are both in uniform, replacing the injured Rick Dudley and the ailing René Robert. They have not seen any action.
But things have been Titanic so far for Buffalo. Robinson in behind the net. McClure, number 10. Now Robinson clearing it off the boards. It goes to center. Carrier giving it to Martin. Here's Martin going down on the line, in on the left side, played it to the boards. Martin getting set. He's right in there. Stanfield closing in front, failed to make contact. Here's Gainey down on the left side, in over the Buffalo line. Gainey in there. He's bumping out to the ice by Stanfield. Here comes Gaberman. Ahead to Stanfield, over to Perreault. Perreault over the line, the shot, the rebound. Martin got it. He was being checked by Lemaire. It's on the mesh. And the play stops.
All right, the faceoff is going to be in the Canadian zone. The Canadians don't like that call. Martin had shot the puck, although Savard made an effort to stab at playing it when it was up against the mesh. Lemaire against Perreault. Lemaire's played pretty well in the games here. He had 10 shots on goal on Sunday. Danny Lafleur has had only 1 shot on goal in this game so far. And that is far below his normal output.
Schoenfeld and Korab across the Canadiens line for the faceoff. It goes to Dryden. Now Savard pushed it along the boards. Here's Schoenfeld shooting it a low drive wide. Stanfield shooting it into the crease, loose puck. Here's Schoenfeld with a shot. It rolls right in front. And lunging out there to grab it, Dryden.
The Sabres are doing to the Canadiens at this point what the Canadiens were doing to the Sabres for the most part of the second period. And Dryden has had to be very alert. The Sabres controlling the puck in the Montreal zone. We see it here now. The connection, as it is tonight, with Stanfield replacing Robert. The shot comes in from Schoenfeld, and Dryden on the deflection covers up. They have outshot Montreal 10-1 so far in this third period.
Now Perreault getting it back to Martin. A weak shot. It was wide. He couldn't get it teed up properly. He was being checked. Cournoyer's pass deflected by Schoenfeld and Mahovlich. Back at his own line. Mahovlich just got off his leg. Now it's Martin. In his own zone, got away cleverly from Cournoyer. Martin over to Stanfield. It's centered off the boards to Perreault. He shot it around the net. This line buzzing around in the Canadian zone. Martin losing it. He was upended by Don Orey. Here comes Mahovlich. Cut away from Perreault. The Hobleys dropping it back to Cornwallis. Over to Don Orey. There's the shot. And he hits Canfield with it. On the board. Flat back in by Mahogany. Cornwallis trying to center it. To the line it comes. Roll back in by LaPointe. Korat cleared it up on the left side. 12:50 left in the third period. Cornwallis offside. There is Korat. And Don Orey dropping his stick.
Sabres and their fans a lot more worked up at this point than they were through most of the middle period. Jerry Korab, as we pointed out on Sunday, a much improved hockey player since arriving here by Chicago and Vancouver.
Have you checked yours, Dick?
I'm in trouble with that one signboard. The A's are coming out like a P. There's a beauty shop in town has an ad up there, but I'm trying all night to get it right. There's Toe Blake, top of your screen. Very glum.
Height, giving it to Gavremont. Ahead to Lorentz. He shoots it in on the left wing. Spencer going in, and Dryden clears it on the boards. McNabb. McNabb giving it to Spencer. Back in for a shot by Lorentz. Then it was blocked by Dryden. Now Lorentz still with it, and he misses McNabb with the pass. Sabres right up on top of the Canadians, who are forced to clear it out, and Gavremont feeds it back on the left side. Here's Spencer, and it is offside. Tremblay and Spencer at words. And now it's Height and Riseborough, who gave some indication that they might start swinging. 12:15 left in the third period. Buffalo 3, Montreal 1.
Brian Spencer thought he had his first playoff goal in that second period, but they awarded the goal to Lorentz on that first shot when the light went on. But appeared from some angles to have hit the goalpost, but they gave the goal to Lorentz on the first shot. Spencer playing regularly tonight. He is one of the fellows filling in the injury situation. Didn't see much action on Sunday.
Richard is centering for Schutt and Lafleur. Lafleur over to Robinson. Robinson's pass is stopped by Lorentz. Here's Lorentz trying to move in there. He and Robinson go to the ice. McNabb centering it. Canadians starting out. Well, they don't get very far. Schutt just cleared at the center. It's returned in by Height. Now it's Lafleur. Lafleur with Richard on the far wing. Here's Richard trying to pick it up. He can't, and again Buffalo takes over. They clear it back in there on the offside. They're just staying up there and pumping it back in.
This game is coming to you from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo.
Sabres 3, Canadians 1, 11:45 left. Third period. Luce, Ramsey, and Gare, the forward line for Buffalo. Richard, Lafleur, and Schutt still on for Montreal. Face-off near the center ice. Face-off spot. Korat making a long shot into Dryden. LaPointe in there, and again you see these forwards moving in. They try to break up the Canadians. They force them to shoot it out. Now it's returned in by Ramsey. Gare against Bouchard, and Richard has it. Richard around the net, giving it to Lafleur. Knocked off the stick by Ramsey. Dryden clearing it over to Schutt. Schutt had a pass go off Gare's leg. Down the ice it goes. Now here's Lafleur, intercepting a pass, trying to center it. Backhand shot by Richard, missed the target. Now Bouchard with a shot. Here's Schutt getting set. Oh, he ripped the shot. They score! Richard! Richard firing it home. And the Canadians back into the thick of things. One goal separating them.
It'll be interesting to see what this goal does to the tempo of the game. The Sabres had been dominating the Canadians. There's the shot by Steve Schutt. The rebound goes to Richard, and Korab and Crozier both go down. They get tangled up a bit. And Henri Richard scores his first goal of this playoff year in only his second game. So it's Richard from the angle off to the right of Crozier as Crozier faced the play. And he fired it home low. Exactly 11 minutes left in regulation time. The Sabres lead 3-2.
Carrier's pass intercepted by Robinson. Robinson overskates it. Here's Stanfield coming back in. Stanfield getting set, shoots it, the rebound in front. And Robinson cleared it away. Gainey starting out on the left side. Over it goes to Lafleur. Here's Lafleur feeding it in front. Gabremont. For Buffalo, starting out with Martin. Up for Martin. He couldn't pick it up. Robinson for the Canadians. He hit Gabremont. Robinson and Gabremont after it. And Gabremont on top of the puck.
Goal came in exactly 9 minutes, and we get another look at it as the puck comes in from Bouchard to Schutt. Schutt's high shot stopped. Now there's Crozier and Corab both sprawling, but in vain. And the pocket rocket has career playoff goal number 49. 3-2, Buffalo leading.
On the face-off, LaPointe getting it ahead to Gainey. Gainey over the line, rubbed in on the boards by Gabremont. Lafleur taken in by Carrier. Now it goes to LaPointe, and LaPointe has it. Takes the shot. Gainey ran into Crozier. There it is in front. Gabremont goes to the ice against Lafleur. And again, they'll get a face-off in Buffalo territory. Less than 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Last 1 second.
So the Canadians, Stanfield had a good chance after the Richard goal. Gainey into the goal crease with Crozier. He was involved in the spill which injured Desjardins, and they finally cover up on the play in behind, but the Canadians came close.
It's Mahavlich, Schutt, and Cournoyer for Montreal. Spencer, Laurent, and McNabb. Back to Cournoyer. His shot blocked by Spencer. Here's LaPointe over the other side to Savard. A weak shot. Corab knocked it to the board. Now in there goes Laurent. Laurent feeding it around the net to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld out to McNabb. McNabb at center, clearing it into the corner. And in there goes Savard. McNabb after Cournoyer. Passed it across the goal mouth. Schutt knocked it out, picked up by Mahavlich over the line with LaPointe. Mahavlich feeding it in behind the net. Corab to the other side. Lorentz to McNabb. McNabb down on the right wing, overskated it. It's poked ahead by Savard. Mahavlich after Schoenfeld. Schutt brought it in on the offside.
Series now switches back to Montreal after this one tonight, Thursday and Saturday nights. And we'll be on the air on the full network at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time for games 3 and 4, brought to you from the Forum in Montreal. The Flyers have defeated the Islanders. It's a final score now, 4-0. Wayne Stevenson getting the shutout. Bernie Perron was injured in the pregame warm-up.
Risebrough, Tremblay, and Lambert. It is still the McNabb line for Buffalo. Roberts shooting it in. Now the Canadians move in. Buffalo can't get out. Tremblay swung it over to the other side. Now it's back to the point. Don Orey stand on it. Buffalo trying to move out. They finally get to center. McNabb ahead. It goes to Laurent. Here's Laurent. Laurent getting set. Back to the point to Height. There's the shot to the side of the net. And Dryden holds on with McNabb cruising in.
This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo.
8 minutes and 42 seconds to play in the third period. Buffalo 3, Montreal 2. Loose against Risebrough, and Tremblay moved before the puck was dropped, so they'll execute that operation once again. Another capacity crowd, 15,863. Luce's shot wide from the faceoff. Bouchard clearing it down on the left side. After it goes Corab. He played it back into the corner. Here's Lambert with it. He tried to center it. Tremblay knocked it down, took a shot that goes off a leg. Here's Danny Gare with Luce at center. Gare shooting it to the corner. Ramsey after Tremblay. Back to the point to Schoenfeld. Here come the Canadians. The point over to Risebrough. Risebrough going in. He shoots. He does. Another shot. They got it. Crozier coming for the Buffalo Sabres.
Fine stop by Crozier. The rebound came to the fellow who shot the puck, Doug Risebrough. Here it comes. Risebrough from the right side. Lets it go. Now there's the rebound. He's got the top of the net. He tries to shovel the backhand, but he put it low, and he got it up high. He had Crozier at his mercy, but he could not lift it. And the Buffalo team covered up in the scramble that followed.
Now then, it's Richard facing off. Number 11. Lambert, but it goes to Bouchard. Here's a break on the right side for Gare. Luce is coming up. Gare over to Luce, and a big defensive play there by Guy Lapointe. Here's Gare again, bumped by Lapointe. Richard cleared it to the other side. Tremblay starting out, broken up by Height. Now Richard picked up the loose pass. Richard coming down to the line. He lost it. In it goes on the right wing. Richard against Ramsey in the corner. Ramsey kicked it. Lambert gets it, try to center it. Loose ahead on the right side to Gare. Gare coming down on the line. Gare over the line. Still has it. Into the corner. Jammed in on the boards by Bouchard. They fight for it. The puck is loose. And Lapointe knocked it to the boards. Here's Martin centering it. And it's off a leg into the center ice area. Guerriere knocking it off the glass into the corner. 3-2 the score with Buffalo leading Montreal. Just 7 minutes left in regulation time. Stanfield coming back, chasing it to the line with Martin, broken up. And it's Richard in over the line. Richard to Lambert. He was checked by Perrault. Now Robinson on this side to the field. He whipped his shot wide. Robinson dashing into the corner. Here's Lambert and Richard. Richard has it, still has it. It's loose in front of the net. And Buffalo starting away. Martin in on the left side with Stanfield. Here's Martin going in on goal! And he couldn't get a good shot away. He was tied up by Savard. And the Buffalo supporters thought there should have been a penalty on Savard. Now Gainey ahead to Robinson. To Richard over the line. It's dropped back. And Buffalo clears it out on the right side. Now Gainey chasing it to center. Ahead with Lafleur. Sean Feld hit Martin with it, and Martin just cleared it down on the left wing. Martin was then bowled over by Gainey. Here's Lemaire. Lafleur has it. Outside. Robinson shooting it back in over the line. Here's Spencer shooting it. Lorentz trying to get it in front of the net. There goes McNabb. Robinson clearing it ahead for Gainey. Gainey starting out on the line, and the pass goes off the stick. Height clearing it back. Now Savard bringing it in, winds up with a shot, and it was wide. Canadians keeping it in. Lafleur couldn't pick it up. Here's Buffalo. However, John Ory knocked it back in from center. Spencer ran into Roberts. Here's McNabb into Canadians territory. McNabb is knocked to the ice by Lemaire. Roberts shoots it down on the right wing. Height is after it, and it is icing against Montreal with 4:51 left in the third period. Buffalo, the 3, Montreal 2.
Fans might have had a right to yell when Savard hauled down Richard Martin, but that time I don't think they really did. McNabb falling along the boards. There is the time remaining, 4:51. The Canadians trail by 1. Richard has scored to make it 3-2.
From the face-off, Roberts takes it to the right side. The Hobblage couldn't hold Cournoyer's pass, and Schoenfeld knocked it in. Offside.
Danny, that goal by Henri Richard gives him a total of 127 playoff points. He's 5th in the all-time list, and for those of you keeping track of such things, he is now 1 point ahead of his brother Maurice. when it comes to playoffs. I don't think either of the brothers are going to be very much concerned about it.
The Rocket has, what, 82?
82 goals.
82 playoff goals. Don Orey over to Roberts. Ahead, Roberts missed Mahovlich. Down the ice it goes. And it is again icing against Montreal. 4:34 left in the third period.
You know,
excuse me, Dick.
They're saying the Canadians are using all 17 of their players that they have in uniform, exclusive of the two goaltenders. The Sabres are using only 14. I mentioned the two fellas up from Hershey. Also, Lee Fogelin, defenseman, has not seen service, but Scotty Bowman has used everybody pretty well all the way through this game.
The face-off, Roberts again was loose after him. Ramsey couldn't come up with it. Now it's Mahovlich shooting it into the corner. Lambert going in. And it's icing again, and these icing calls certainly not conducive to a concerted offensive effort by Montreal. And right now they are in a similar situation to the situation that confronted them on Sunday. At this time on Sunday, time was a very prime and important factor, down a goal. And they are down a goal now with only 4:23 left in the third period. And the face-off, loose, trying to center it. Mahovlich to the left side. Here's Lambert. He'll shoot it in. The Canadians racing in after it. Ramsey playing it back. And a hike. Here down the ice. It will be icing this time against the Sabres. And so Montreal will be able to send everybody into Buffalo territory.
Canadians changed their defense with Savard and Lapointe coming on, everything else remaining the same.
Don Luce, Ramsey, and Danny Gare remain on for Buffalo. Again, Luce gets the draw. He's a master of getting that draw. Up on the right side, Gare can't get out. And it's held there for another face-off. And the second kick on relentlessly as we take a look at Savard, number 18 for Canadians. And the face-off, back it goes. Now it's lugged up by Gabremont. He comes into the center ice area, rolls it to the far right side, and Mahovlich hooked it back into his own zone. Buffalo 3, Montreal 2. The point. Ahead to Lambert to Cournoyer. Here's Cournoyer down on the line. He slipped it in. Along the boards it goes. Ramsey played it back in behind the net. Gabremont tried to clear it out. Couldn't. He gets another shot at it. He lost it. Lambert tried to pick it up. Now it's to the right side and out over the line. Back into his own zone, Lapointe. Lapointe leading the attack for the Canadians while the Sabres are making changes. Into Lambert, a shot to the side of the net. Perreault cleared it back to the point. Richard a shot, and he hit Perreault. Now Perreault going after it to center, and Lapointe slapped it ahead. Here's Martin over the line, and he lost it to Savard. To Richard. Richard into Sabre territory. Richard centering it, and Johnson took it to the corner. Now in on the boards they go. Lafleur and Richard going after Corab. They jostle behind the net. Perreault getting away from Schutt. Out over the line with Stanfield and Martin. Over to Stanfield. Stanfield to Perreault. And a miraculous save by Dryden. What a play by Perreault and Stanfield.
This game is coming to you from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo. With 2:27 left in the third period, the Sabres had a great scoring chance as Fred Stanfield and Gilbert Perreault combined. First the pass from Perreault to Stanfield. And number 11, Perreault, gets in behind the Canadiens' defense. He redirects the pass, but right to Dryden, who hung tough on the play.
From the face-off, it goes to the boards. Robinson. The other side to Lafleur. He cleared it out over the line. Gabremont knocking it back. Here's Lafleur starting down for Montreal. Lafleur playing it into the corner. Chasing in there is Schutt behind the net. Schutt now up along the board. starting out. Martin into the center ice area. He lost it, and Stanfield has it. 2 minutes left in the third period. Pike shooting it in for Buffalo. In there goes Roberts from Montreal on the left wing is Schutt. Schutt knocked him through center. Now Lafleur going after it. Lafleur is stopped by Schoenfeld. Here's Harrell coming up, and he ran into Robinson, who took him out of the play, and they both went to the ice. Now Lapointe. Ahead it goes. Lemaire shooting it off to the corner. In there goes Luce with a minute and 32 seconds left. Luce playing it off the glass. Down the ice it goes. Luce going after it. Into the corner, but Lapointe takes over. 3-2 the score. Buffalo leading. Now it's at center. Schoenfeld feeding it back in there. And the Sabres move in. Now Robinson getting it out over the line. Schoenfeld has it for Buffalo, goes to the right side. He lost it. And it's recovered by Ramsey, who has the big goal to this point, the go-ahead goal. Into the corner. 1 minute left in the game. And now the Canadians will try to get down the ice to get Dryden out. Cournoyer lost it. And Richard has it. Richard. Here it goes. There's a shot by Gare. And he was wide with it. The Sabres on top of the Canadians. And it's rolled back in by Korath. In it goes. It's called for icing. He'd like to have that one over again, Dick. He didn't want to do that. And now that will give Montreal the opportunity to lift Dryden face off to the right of Crozier.
Could have taken his time. He could have crossed the red line before shooting it in. That's easy to say and talk about when you're where we are. A lot tougher where he is. There is the empty Montreal net. 37 seconds remain. Well, I'll tell you, Guy Lafleur has been flattened and flattened and flattened again in this third period, especially in the last few minutes. And he was a very tired hockey player out there during that last stretch, but he's back out now. Korab in particular nailed him with an elbow back of that Buffalo net that really jolted Lafleur. So the Canadians have Lafleur, Mahovlich, Savard, Lambert, Cournoyer, and Lapointe. Buffalo with Ramsey, Schoenfeld, Gare, the rookie, Luce, and Korab in front of Crozier. 37 seconds left.
Now Korab coming over to the Buffalo bench to talk to the coach, Floyd Smith. And this is a very tense moment in this hockey game. The one goal separating them, a 3-2. Now Ramsey came over too, and he's going back. Gare is talking to Luce. Schoenfeld talking to Ramsey. And they are discussing the strategy. And on the face-off, back it comes to Cournoyer. Cournoyer, a backhand shot blocked. Cournoyer couldn't get it out to center it. They jam into the corner, and there are 29 seconds left.
Danny, that couldn't have worked any better for Montreal. Lafleur won that draw cleanly right back to Cournoyer, but there's the fella Schoenfeld who blocked the shot, or the attempted shot, and made the big defensive play. Scotty Bowman now has Lapointe over at the bench. They're talking things over. Lapointe leaves. Pete Mahovlich back talking with Bowman. You see at the bottom of your screen, that's Floyd Smith. He's up standing on the players' bench in the Buffalo players' bench area. Mahovlich now takes this draw against Luce.
And poised for the shot. Out of your picture, number 10, Lafleur. Let's see if Mahovlich wins it or Luce. Luce has been winning a lot of faceoffs. Back to Lafleur. He gives it to Lapointe. He lines up for the shot. Here comes to the side the net. The net was open with Crozier out. It came to the side. Crozier got there. And in the crease, Schoenfeld. And let's see, is it Lambert? It is.
Danny, that puck came back toward the net agonizingly slowly. After the first shot had gone back, there it comes, right back. I think it hit the referee. And Crozier managed to cover up with Schoenfeld, flattening Lambert as they collided in the goal crease. 21 seconds remain.
So here we go again, and this time it looks like Lafleur will take the face-off. Gare was over there again to talk to Coach Smith. Buffalo 3, Montreal 2, 21 seconds left in the third period. From the face-off, it goes to the corner. Korath clearing it out into the center ice area. It's shot back in offside against Montreal. Cournoyer to Mahovlich. faceoff will be down near the Canadiens' blue line, and just 13 seconds remain.
It was that kind of an offside, not one called at the blue line and the face-off there, but they go back to where the puck was shot from. The flare in the draw was loose.
So now it goes the empty.
It was that kind of an offside, not one called at the blue line and the face-off there, but they go back to where the puck was shot from. The flare in the draw was loose.
So now it goes the empty net. There's the shot. Oh! Danny Gare putting in it the open net. Buffalo leading 4-2.
Well, has that Don Luce done a job on the face-offs tonight? Although that time, I guess when you look at it again, it was Lafleur because Luce never moved, but he shot it right to Gare. And there it goes into the empty net with 10 seconds left at 19:50 in the third period. And the Sabres are going to go back to Montreal for Game 3 Thursday night, leading the series 2-0.
And Dick, they're fashioning this victory tonight without Robert and Dudley. They dominated the first period, then the Canadiens, whom you look at now,
scored by number
the Canadiens
18,
came on strongly in the second period, but this has been
number 20,
Buffalo's period, the third. There's a pennant, and they tell you here in Buffalo, 6th Stanley Cup.
It's Danny Gare's 5th playoff goal, his 7th straight playoff game in which he has scored a point. So he's having quite a rookie playoff season.
So with 10 seconds left, Buffalo 4, Montreal 2. Now the Canadiens in over the line. Lambert trying to get it. They're counting off the seconds. The game is over. Buffalo 4, Montreal 2.
So the happy Sabres leave the ice, a standing ovation for the Buffalo team. And they move ahead 2 games to 0. There's Captain Jim Godfell with the toothless grin as he congratulates his teammates. Shots on goal in the third period by Montreal 10 for a game total of 27, by Buffalo 15 for a game total of 35 from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo, the Stanley Cup playoff.